Hello everyone, my name is Russell and I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the Z9 Tracker Amazon ASIN and BSR Keyword Tracker. I'm going to show you how you can overlay BSR onto multiple keywords at the same time. You can check keywords in multiple categories while keeping track of BSR over time. How you can zoom into the timeline to see very specific annotations. How you can add annotations to know exactly what you did in a promotion to affect a keyword up or down in multiple categories, and see if BSR, which is correlated to sales in many cases, has improved or gotten worse. First and foremost, I'd like to say that we recently have added a payment structure and plan that allows you to pay for any amount of package that you would like to have, and that is very cool. Let me go ahead and scroll down to that pricing function. What that means is you can put an email and set up your password, and even if you have $5 and only have one product, you want to track 3 keywords, you can still use this system. If you have 5,000 products like some of our large clients do, you'll know exactly how much it's going to cost you to purchase or a product array, or how to track 1,000 products with 100 keywords each, or one product with 1,000 keywords. And you'll know the difference between our high frequency plan, which is every hour updates of your BSR and keyword rankings. Every hour updates, which does not exist in the world. There are no hourly updates in the world that overlap BSR with multiple keywords by the hour. Okay, so that's all available for you. If you have any questions, you don't even need to ask to do your bulk enterprise volume anymore. Just enter it in the system and you'll be able to know exactly how much it's going to cost you to track your keywords. And when I'm done showing you this, you're going to understand how powerful this system is to make you more money. Okay, so let's go ahead and just log in for this quick overview and broad brush strokes. When you get to this section, you're just going to use your email and password that you got when you purchased. For the record, I do have a plan that includes hourly updates of my BSR and my keywords. You can see that I have plenty of products already in here. These are here before I made this video, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick ad just so you know how to use the system at a very basic level. I'm just going to grab any random product that I see here. Charcoal powder looks good. Just went to a totally random product. And I'm going to grab the ASIN, which is in my URL at the top of the screen, which you probably cannot see. For those of you who do not know, there's another place to grab your URL, and again, this is for beginners, your ASIN, and that's in your product details. Okay, in your product details. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm just going to come up here to Action, Track New Product. You're going to put your ASIN right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of keywords. Okay, depending upon your plan. Now, this training on Amazon and what to track is beyond the scope of this tutorial, which is software focused. We do and will have more and more training available in our e-commerce, Amazon, and SEO. As many of you already know, Jimmy Kelly Digital is the foremost e-commerce SEO and training system in the world on how to really get into the technical details of ranking both inside and outside of Amazon, as well as increasing your sales. Okay, so go ahead and back to the software. We're going to do teeth whitening and activated charcoal and a few other terms. I'm just going to put those in. Teeth whitening, activated charcoal. I think I spelled charcoal right. It's been a while. And let's go ahead and do organic coconut charcoal. Probably teeth whitener. So you get the idea. Now we're beyond the scope here of how to choose awesome keywords, but you get the general idea. Create tracker, and it usually updates in just a couple of seconds. Okay, you might have to refresh to see if it's coming in, but usually it just takes a couple of seconds. Okay, and there you are. The image has been populated already, and you can see that it's going to take a minute for it to come back to BSR. But since I have the hourly update, that keyword data, which is going to be right here in the right-hand corner. Let me just grab the screen here. This button right here is your keyword check. That is your keyword check. Okay, simply click on it, and it's going to, when in an hour, it's going to come back and it's going to give me the rankings, if there are any, for these 3 keywords. Okay, so that's going to take about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the main screen, and then I'll get hourly updates throughout the day. Alright, let's jump into a product that already exists. First and foremost, for those of you who have hundreds and one client, a couple of clients have thousands of products, in order to organize that, it's pretty easy. So let's say that I have several ASINs in a particular genre of, say, I don't know, knee pillows. I can filter for that. Not knee pillows, how about knee braces? Okay, or just knee. Okay, so I can sort by that. This is a filter up here. It's called a filter. Alright, and that brought back all of my products that's in the knee brace category, and it helps me get a little bit more organized. Okay, so that's how you use the filter. You can also tag things. You can see this is tagged for a knee brace. If I click that tag, that's going to hit the filter. I could also come down here and I could set a tag for, let's say it was compression knee brace. Let's do the word compression. Anything with the word compression, we'll change this filter up here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. And let's go ahead and hit one more tag, just give you an idea. Tags are very, very useful. Let's just use the word magnetic. So anything in my entire, use the tags wisely, because if I have any other products that have the word magnetic, it's going to bring them back. If I click magnetic, it'll sort up here. Okay. So that gives you an idea of how to manage and organize large volumes of data and ASIN numbers. One thing to remember is that you need to clear this filter, otherwise next time you log in, it will still be in that position. The software does hold your filter position even when you log in and log out. Okay. Alright, good. Let's go ahead and look at probiotics digestive enzyme. This is a client of ours. Anytime you can click this button, it will take you to the product on Amazon. That's right below the product. You can see I have no tag here on probiotic. I'm going to go ahead and tag that right now just so I can organize. Let's just pretend that I have a whole bunch more probiotic supplements, which I don't, coming into this. Probiotics. Boom. That'll take me to probiotics. Now I have everything organized. Now you can see here that we have health and household and we have the multi-enzymes, okay, on all departments and these types of things. So now you can tell that in the health and household department, my BSR or best seller rank is 96,339 with a positive 29,175. If I click on that, it's going to take me to BSR only. Okay. Wow, look at all those black vertical lines. Those are all the annotations that I added during my zooming in on my promotions and keeping track and earmarking each one of my promotions that I've done through November 21st, 2017 to December 11th, which was yesterday. Okay, so I've been annotating that. I can get rid of these annotations because I'm going to show you the annotations and how I use them in a moment. But what I just wanted to show you is that this is the BSR over several days. Okay, and the price. You can see the price is flatlined at 42.32. You just move along that. The reason we want to track price for you is, as you probably already know, changing the price up or down can affect the BSR up or down. So we want you to know when that was the factor and not just the keywords that you're overlapping onto this, which I'll show you in a moment. Now you can see that I gradually was able to do certain kinds of promotion campaigns to manipulate this down to the lowest BSR that this client has had at 49,000. And because I had annotations, I now know exactly what to do. I know exactly what I did to get that there. Okay, in my promotional activities, whether it's sponsored ads, giveaways, or any umpteen other hundreds of events and hundreds of types of ways you can improve your BSR that we teach in our e-commerce trainings and the rest, but you get a general understanding of what's happening with this software. Okay, another thing is that I can remove the price if I want to and just look at BSR, or I can remove the whole thing and there's nothing there. Okay, let's go ahead and go back because now we're going to get into the juicy stuff. We're going to get into the keywords. I'm going to go ahead and click again this blue button on the right. This blue button on the right. I'm going to open that. That is your keyword area. And it's showing stuff in all departments. Okay, keywords, rankings in all departments. One of the main terms is digestive enzyme and digestive supplements. These are some money terms. You can see over the last 7 days, it's gone up 20. It has had a 22-point improvement. So this tells you what the trends are, up or down. It also tells you where things are right now. Today, digestive supplement is at 41. And that's an improvement based on some promotional activity that I did yesterday. and I was glad to see that. Digestive enzyme had a loss of 21 points over the last few days. It's currently at 185. Okay, so when you're on this screen, you can look at the keyword trend, one keyword at a time, or you can look at them overlaid onto each other. So I'm going to show you the 3 ways to view keywords and their relationships. Digestive enzyme, you can just slide all the way. You can say it's a position 185 in all departments, and I lost 21 points in the last 7 days. And if I click on this graph, it's going to pull up the same BSR and annotation line. I'm going to hide the annotations to get rid of the noise. And I'm going to show you that this is the all departments for the keyword history of digestive enzyme. Look at the top of the screen here. You know you're looking at just this keyword. You can see that when I started it was 151, and where I'm at now is 196. Okay? When I started, I was at 136, and now it's at 133 in health and household department. Okay? If you want to, I can get rid of the health and household by clicking the legend. And now I only have the all departments. What's interesting about this is I can take a look at my promotions because I've kept careful annotations. So I can remember what I did for this client. I also happen to know that this client, the best promotional activity that I did was on December 1st through December 7th is when she made the most number of sales. So I can zoom in right here on the sub timeline, and I can drag and compress. If I want to widen those annotations out so I can read them, okay, I can see exactly what I did. And when the BSR was at its all-time low, I was doing a sales pump. That's a method that we ourselves use, okay, the sales pump method. And that's when most of her sales were made. Now, I know that because she told me. We do not currently pull in data from your Amazon sellers thing. You'll have to match that data onto here in the current version. But this gives you really, really powerful data because this is being updated every hour. You can see that, let me hover over here. This is December 4th, 2017 at 4:15 p.m. And then another update came at 6:13. Another one came at 11 o'clock at night. So most of the time it comes in every hour. That's really, really high frequency updating. And you would be surprised at how reactive Amazon is. And to be able to watch things at this granular level is what actually allowed me to keep track of what's happening to help my client manipulate good results down to 10:56 p.m. on December 4th is when she had the cluster of sales the next morning. So at 49,000. So that was a really solid, good BSR improvement for her in the top level category, and an excellent and she had a very good sales week that week. Okay, and I know what I did by just simply looking at the annotations that my staff and I added at that time, and you can zoom into them. Okay, and if you want to get even more granular on that exact day, I can go in and I can zoom into that exact day and see what it is that I did right here. Okay, I know what I did right before, I know what I did after, and I know what I did several hours after when I had this massive drop here. It was a sales pump. Okay, so that's all I have to do. I can report that to the client, and then we can rinse and repeat. We can do it again and get the same results that we had for her last time. And we can also look at how that affected the keywords. Okay, now let's go back to the keywords. We know that her most important keyword is digestive enzyme, digestive supplement. Let's say, for instance, that I wanted to see if there was some kind of relationship for the word enzyme, because people have often asked us this. I could take digestive enzyme and multi-enzyme, take just those 3, go up to actions, and pull down compare selected keywords. Let's say I have a question that I always wanted to know but was afraid to ask. I had annotations. That is, if a broad term like enzyme shows a pattern with a mid-tail term like digestive enzyme. Okay, you can see them overlaid together. You can see that, let's just do all departments. By getting rid of the health and household, up here on the legend I can just click anything that's not all departments to reduce the noise. Enzyme, let me see what we got here. Enzyme, health and household, okay, that's fine. They're not bringing it back for that. Okay, so here's enzyme. You can see I just recently started tracking enzyme. It was at 405 when we started, and it dropped all the way down to 340. Okay, you can also see that digestive enzyme is now had a drop today. It's at 196, 185, and I can zoom in to make this a little easier to read, so I can see what it's done in the last few hours. So as enzyme started to improve very slowly, over the last after the last couple of days, from 405 to 360, I can look and see what digestive enzyme did. Digestive enzyme went from 228 to 185. So that's also an improvement. And you don't get to notice this kind of stuff using other kinds of keyword tracking tools. It just doesn't have the variability. And on top of that, I know what I'm doing to get that gradual movement. Let me show those annotations again. I know that I used a dot matrix, and I know that I used a digestive enzyme, and I know that I deleted some other jobs that I was doing in other types of promotional tools and sponsored ads. So I stopped doing those ads, and I got certain kinds of improvements. I also know that I'm doing a dot matrix. Okay, that's a type of promotion that we do. And so what's happening is that this is gradual improvement, or Zazen. So I've kind of figured out that if I want a slow increase of keywords over time, probably for 30 or 60 days, probably if I just keep doing what I'm doing, and I also learned it'll probably be improvement. Also, you can see that there is a relationship trend between the improvement of the word enzyme and the word digestive enzyme. Isn't that interesting? Because some people have asked me those types of questions, and you don't know until you test. Also, you can see that multi-enzyme, which is the bottom level node of this particular BSR tree that this product is in, 158, is all the way to 137, and then this afternoon sometime it lost a lot of its footing. Okay, and there's a couple reasons for that, and we kind of know that. But my purpose here is just to show you that there's any kind of combinations that you can look at. Okay, so that's one way you can look at the data. Okay, and you can actually do up to 5 at a time. We get this question a lot. How many can you overlay? 5 maximum. If I go ahead and compare these selected keywords, it will show all of the 5 at the same time. I hide annotations. You can also hide the legend if you don't want to see that, if you want to get that out of your way. You can see that the BSR is all over the map here, and you can see that these keywords are finally starting to do better down here. Okay, so these keywords are starting to come in for a landing based on some of the things that we've done. Okay, the digestive supplements and health and household. It's down to 34, and if we do a few more things, we should be able to get that on the first page. Okay, so we know what we're doing at a pretty large scale across multiple keywords. Now, keep in mind that you can add hundreds of keywords, okay, and you can do the data analysis. So let's say I wanted to look at all of these keywords at the same time, or let's say that I had 50 keywords at the same time. I can't do a 5 keyword overlay because there's far too many. What would I do? I'd select them all, just clicking or unclicking selects, okay? These are selected when they're yellow, okay? I could use these data trends up or down to get a general trend, but if I want to really do a quick pass, I'm going to go ahead and graph selected keywords. Do you see that? Graph selected keywords is going to give you a keyword by keyword graph for each independent term, including the annotation overlay. So if I want to get rid of the annotations, just hide them. If I want to look at digestive enzyme, we can see the trend for each one of these. Okay. So if you hit hide annotation, it's going to hide the annotation for all of them. Okay, look how enzyme tanked. Enzymes are doing so well here, and I know why it tanked. Okay, so the reason why these things do this is obviously the topic of an entirely different, training system. Okay, I don't know why we're tracking the BSR there, but all right. So you can look at any number of keywords with an overlay. Let's go to another product altogether, so you can see what is going on with that. Let's go take a look at something with a lot of keywords in it. Let's take a look at magnetic compression knee brace. Okay, there's a lot of keywords here, right? Let's go ahead and select all. You don't have to select each one. Then you can say graph, select a keyword. And of course you can export all of this as a CSV if you wish. Okay? Well, look at this one. It's just up and down, up and down. Magnetic compression knee brace has a really high frequency going on here. Okay, so this is showing all this. You can still see the annotations. You can hide the annotations and it'll remove them for everybody on this page. Okay, You can see athletic knee brace jumped from 236 and it tanked all the way up to 299. I know I did that. So this is just an amazing tool for me to be able to track what's really going on with terms. Okay, overlaying on top of BSR. Knee support was a test we did, and we did a controlled demolition, and you can see it's up to 319 now. And so one of our promotions we did really tanked knee support. Okay, so you can watch all this going on. Here's a high frequency. Usually see this when something's already ranked pretty well, and it's just jumping between 1 and 2 or something like that. Okay, so this gives you a pretty good idea. You can overlay, you can have a quick scan of all the keywords and whether they're tanking or doing really well in relationship to your BSR pushes. You can add the annotations to these and be able to have a pretty good idea of what's going on with the annotations. Okay. Now speaking of annotations, let me show you how annotations work. Let's go all the way back. One of the ways to go back is you can go up here, you can go to products. So if you're going to want to add, if you want to add annotation, let's go back to our product that we just added. Let's go ahead and go to beauty and personal care. You can see, actually, let me show you something that's got a timeline. There's no timeline yet for this. Let me hit something that we know has a timeline. I'm going to go to colostrum, health and household. Okay, and I haven't done anything for this in a while. So let's go ahead and say that I want to add an annotation. We'll click new, add new annotation. This is it's going to automatically add 10:09 p.m. Okay, 10:09 p.m. And one thing I will say, there's something for you to know. Sometimes the graph is not populated far enough to see your annotations when you add it. And you can tell that by right here. If I click on it, it says 9:08 p.m. So that means we're about right here. Sometimes what I'm trying to say is that you can add an annotation and it's there, you won't see it until the timeline moves on. So I'm going to actually schedule this timeline so you can see it. I'm going to put it at 10:26 a.m. on December 12th. So you click new annotation. Let's just do 10 o'clock a.m. That'll be this morning. You just add that. a.m. and I'm going to call this sales pump gear 1. That's a type of method that all my team members will know what that is. And we're going to go ahead and you can put any amount of data that you want on this. Okay, and you click save. And it's going to add it right here inside. Now what's nice about this is it's right at the bottom. So if I change something, if I turn something on right at the bottom of the peak, then that might, for instance, indicate, especially with the sales, it wouldn't be for this one, but if you start seeing things go in the opposite direction, and we kept seeing that test after test, we might know that some of our promotional activities are not really good for what it is that we're doing. Or we can also watch keywords affected positively or negatively by something. So let's say we were watching colostrum, and there's my annotation, and you can see like right when I added it, that keyword came down. If it went back up and started to tank, that might not be the best thing to do for your keyword. So we can track multiple keywords, compare selected keywords. Okay, that'll show us all this stuff. So there's nothing really exciting going on with the keywords, but that will let me know. If all of a sudden these keywords started to pin, or they went in completely the wrong position, tomorrow I will remember what I've done with that sales annotation. And you have plenty of data. And if I ever want to get rid of it, I just click on it and I click delete annotation. Yes, I do wish to delete the annotation, and then it's gone. Okay? But what's nice about this is that I can look at this over time. I can zoom into any part of the timeline that I want. I can go back and find out what was doing so well. In fact, in this project, actually, we found a really good promotional activity that actually increased the sales for this product when we added it right here. And that was really nice for us. Okay? So that should show you a little bit how to use annotations. Annotations are an incredibly useful tool. They were in high demand. So those are pretty much the basics on how this tool works. There might be a couple of things here and there that I might have missed. I love this tool. I use it every day. And I love the product. And it was a pleasure working on it and designing it. If you have more ideas and there's things that you would like to see added, please let us know. There is a question that I'm going to answer at the end here, and sometimes I have a difficult time explaining it to people. So if you don't get it the first time, that's okay. We'll put it in the help file and we'll have a unique video. The question that people come up with is, if I have a parent ASIN, and there's, like, take for example knee braces, do I have to put each child ASIN in our system? And the answer to that question is, if you want to track the BSR, whenever you click on any of these, you're only going to see the BSR. You have to come over to the blue area to see keywords plus BSR. You have to come here. But anytime you click on these, you're going to get the BSR. The only way to get the unique BSR to the unique product, including the child, is to put each child in. Okay, I'm going to keep this simple for this video. But if we look at, let me go ahead and just click the Amazon for this product. You can see that this product, ASIN B01474F VFT4, is black and white. Okay, but he's got some other colors in here. Yes, this is one product listing, and again, even some advanced sellers didn't really understand this, so don't feel bad if you didn't know this. Even though there's multiple ASINs with this master listing, there are actually 3 different products. And there's a lot of variables that come into play. If people don't like black and they buy a lot more gray, selling black might be hard depending upon what kind of promotions you're doing. And just a little advanced word of knowledge here. Yes, you can promote in various types of systems that's beyond the scope of this conversation unique ASINs and get really good luck and increase the sales for a specific ASIN on a master listing. But the main thing to understand here is that in our system, if you would like to track the unique ASIN BSR, bestseller rank, you're going to need to put them in uniquely. For instance, this is the single gray knee brace. It's currently got a, in sports and outdoors category, it's currently a 66,494 ASIN. Okay, but the double black has an ASIN of 48,616, and the double gray, a 2-pack of gray and a 2-pack of black, 2-pack of gray is 9,068. They all have completely different BSRs in sports and outdoors. Okay, if you want to track that, you have to put them in uniquely. And I'm astounded by how many people do not understand that these are individual products, even though they're on the same master listing. To make matters more sophisticated, and this probably will help you understand Amazon a little bit better, most keyword trackers out there are simply going to give you the same BSR for the master listing, and it's going to ignore the secondary products. Okay, I chose to put all of the keywords that I was tracking in 3 times. Now, for those of you who are on a keyword budget, you really only need to put, in my personal opinion, different staff members might give you a different opinion, but you really only need to put your keywords in the master keyword listing. Okay, which I believe is this one, whichever one you're wanting to track. Because what's a little bit strange about Amazon is if you are selling really well on one particular product, they will tend to put that image and that photo and that one forward on the master listing. Okay, and so what we do is when you put in your keyword ranking, it will bring back ranking for any of the terms. Let me go ahead and show you here. So for instance, in the 2-pack of gray, compression knee brace is currently 111. Okay, in all departments. That's where it's ranked. Actually, it looks like it's 101. It hasn't revealed yet. Okay, if I go back down to the 2-pack of black, if I go to compression knee brace, it's going to show the exactly same place. Okay, the reason is that our system will let you know. So therefore, I didn't really need to put keywords in that one, did I? You can just put keywords once. So save the keywords. You don't have to duplicate your keywords for every ASIN. But we give you the option to do that. Same here, compression knee brace, because our system is going to check for the master listing and any of its sub ASINs. Okay, so you don't need to duplicate your keywords on every ASIN. The only time you'll need to put multiple ASINs in is if you care about the bestseller rank of each unique product in that array. I'm going to repeat that. The only time you need to put in multiple ASINs is if you care about the unique BSR, bestseller rank, for each individual product. Otherwise, for the most part, your keywords results will be the same and you don't need to duplicate them each time. Okay, for the most part. There might be rare exceptions to this. If there are, I haven't seen them. But the point here is that Amazon tends to reward you for what is making the most sales. So we just bring back, if we find any of your products ranked in that category, we give you the ranking for anything within that master listing. Okay, that's how the system works, and that's the best way to do it because it's associated with your master listing. But when it comes to your BSR, you want to know your specific BSR for individual products on the master listing. You're going to need to enter them in uniquely. Okay, and again, we have had help tickets on this. You do not need to put your entire keyword, 50 keywords in this one, 50 keywords in that one, and 50 keywords in that one. Just pick the master listing for your keywords and just use the other ones to track your BSR. Sorry if that's confusing. That's the easiest we can get it to you. We just want people to get into the spirit of understanding that each one of these on your master listing is a unique product. Each one is a unique product. As I click it, the ASIN is changing in my upper screen. Okay? You can watch that. In fact, I should probably just show you that. Let me just bring this down. Okay, see the ASIN right here? If I click on this one, the ASIN changes. See that? Click here, new ASIN. So these are unique ASINs, but we will let you know for a keyword ranking if any of these come back for that particular keyword, which makes them all going to be the same keyword. So don't waste your keywords more than once in one particular product. All right, cool. So this has been a general walkthrough. It's taken about 30 minutes. We do have more videos coming, how to use the help and support desk, what other things that you could do. We'll have a little training course on annotations, again, outside of this what I've shown you. And if you have any requests for videos or other things, we're going to have webinars coming up on this. And again, our support ticket usually takes around 8 hours to get back to you, sometimes up to 24, but we do try to respond within 24 hours. I hope this has been helpful. And one thing I would like to remind you of is right here, this search function. If I was to type colostrum in here, okay, if I were to leave this in here and log out, when I log back into the system, it's still going to be up. So people have come into a situation where they're wondering where all their products are. If you feel like your products have disappeared, just go like that. It's going to bring everything back. We do that for your convenience so you can remember what your filter is. Okay? All right, this has been Russell at Jimmy Kelly Digital. We are so glad that you're part of the Z9 Tracker family, and we do look forward to talking to you at other venues, and we'll see you on the inside. Thank you.